Welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll talk about the role of your mindset in achieving workplace success. So if you're interested in that, definitely stick around. All right, welcome back. So let's think about this, right? Your mind is the most important thing of your being. Every single thought that you have dictate a certain action that eventually takes place. Let's take a step back and understand the fact that you take probably anywhere between 50 to 60 thoughts per day. So you're having these thoughts all running through your head, and sometimes you'll have thought stacks, right? Multiple thoughts that eventually lead to a certain action. So eventually, one of those or a few of those or a lot of them eventually cause you to act on it, right? Your actions based on those thoughts. Overall, those actions become your behaviors. This is something that you do as a human. This is a behavior that you implement, right? So if you have a thought of eating and you go ahead and take an action of you putting in your mouth, the way you chew, that's a behavioral pattern that you're doing. Now, if you were to do this over and over and over, then of course it becomes a repetitive task that you've been doing for a long period of time. We automate it within our body, and that becomes a habit. And that habit right there is now subconscious. You don't really have to think about it anymore. So every time you see that trigger, you do it, you will have that same exact response. Sometimes, of course, it might change a little bit, but most of the time it's going to be a very, very cyclical response. And then you do that over time, let's just say a few years now, that becomes part of your personality. It's just, who you are. And then over time, we're talking about 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50, 60, et cetera, it becomes part of your lifestyle, which is why we have so many lifestyle problems in the world right now, specifically the metabolic ones, the huge lifestyle problem that we're trying to target with Alpha. But I want you to understand that this is just not for those individuals, it's for everyone, and specifically you coming into this video that you want to think about your mindset with your workplace. It has a complete correlation, right? So if your mindset isn't right at home, how do you know that it's going to be right at work, right? And this day and age, after post-COVID, the world doesn't work the way it used to work anymore. It has completely transitioned to for my generation for sure, and younger, is like we're always on for work. That we have the concept of work-life balance, but it's a difficult concept to sort of master until you do it for a long period of time. Figure out what is your requirements and how can you sort of juggle both of them together. Okay, understanding that, achieving success though, right? If you have the positive thoughts, positive actions, positive behaviors, positive habits, it's naturally going to transition over or translate over into your workplace. So whatever your work is, initially you obviously have to know what to do. What are the bare minimum requirements of that role? If you cannot do it and you feel stressed out about it, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't take it personally. Don't take it like, oh, you're a failure. There's a gazillion types of roles in the world, right? I am positive that you can do the bare minimum ones. The manual labor ones are super easy. And then from there, you can probably work your way to figuring out like where you actually fit into this little puzzle piece of the economy. Hopefully that made sense to you. So now understanding that you want to be successful, right? So when you want to have a career or when you want to work in an industry for a long period of time, for you to have success, you need to be thinking correctly. You need to be thinking about, okay, obviously you want to be in a growing industry. So that in itself is a growth mindset, that you're going to be in an industry that's still growing, or it's not growing, but it's a very, it's to you, you're passionate about it, and that industry exists. It's just not you in a vacuum. Knowing that, then you go ahead and meet the people that you need to meet in that industry to help you, and you help them grow the industry further. Because if the industry is legitimate, industry is needed by society, then the industry will grow naturally. For example, look at technology. Technology, from when it started in the 70s to where it is now, we are light years, my friend, light years ahead of what we thought was possible. So now that industry, that workplace, whatever they're doing, then we go into the microcosm aspect, right? We just talked about the macro of the industry, and then we have to go to the microcosm, which is what is your workplace like? Your workplaces in this industry, how are they compared to the other ones that are around them? How are they interacting with them, right? So are they trend setting? Are they the ones who's making the leaps and bounds to make this industry better? Or are they just copying the other industry, other businesses around them that's doing something similar? So this is your opportunity. If it is going to be the status quo, then you got to figure out, okay, what are the thoughts that they're having to make sure that they're achieving whatever level of success is to them. similarly to the growth stage. What are they thinking what success looks like to them? So you have to reorient, realign your wants with their wants, so that way you both are alignment, and so you can achieve your success in your workplace. You like how I just like roll all that together? Hopefully that made sense to you. With that being said, guys, if you found any value in this video, definitely give me a like, letting me know you liked the video. If you disliked the video, go ahead to the comments below, letting me know why you disliked it. It could be anything, to be honest. Maybe you don't like my map, or maybe you don't like my my light, which way? Yeah, it's right here. So we want to make this fun, right? This is not just always just like a didactic where I just talk to you all day. It's a conversation, a communication that we're having together, and I'm excited for that. So with that, hopefully, also go ahead and hit subscribe. This lets me know that you actually like my stuff, so I can keep iterating on this, and then hit the notification bell, because that's going to tell you when the next video will pop off. With that being said, guys, hopefully every one of you have an amazing day. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.